Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, December 6, 2017, and I'm Chris Gibbens. Today's stories including finals week here at Tarleton, a police officer fatally wounded, Jimmy Kimmel's son and his heart condition, and raging wildfires in California. All of this and more coming up next on Texan TV. For more of what's going on campus, we go to Joel Stroud.
Hey Texans, I didn't see you there. Merry Christmas. In recent news, the Tarleton State football team headed to Corsicana to face off against Central Oklahoma in their bowl game. Sadly, the Texans ended up being defeated with a loss of 38-31. And good news, quarterback Zed Warner ended up breaking the passing yards record for a career. In other news, the volleyball team faced off in a regional game against the West Texas A&M Buffaloes. Sadly, they ended up losing as well. But we're excited for both teams for having a great season this year. Back to you, Chris.
In local news, the Stephenville Empire Tribune reports both fans and opponents of the 2017 Stephenville football team are learning each week what head coach Greg Winder's players may have known all along. They're developing into one of the best teams in the state. In an entertaining, tense football game, the Yellow Jackets held off state-ranked and previously unbeaten Argyle 31-28 Friday night at Newsom Stadium in Mansfield in the regional round of the playoffs to advance to next week's Class 4A Division I state quarterfinal playoff round. Stephenville will play its state quarterfinal game against Wichita Falls Hershey at 7 p.m. on Friday, December 8th at Chisholm Trail High School in Saginaw. The venue, named Ranger Stadium, is located at 2576 Northwest College Drive in Fort Worth. Ticket prices are $6 for students and $4 for adults. The game that can be purchased at Stephenville High School starting Wednesday. Stephenville will be on the visitor side. In state news, police officer Kenneth Copeland was fatally shot Monday afternoon while serving a warrant in San Marcos, about 30 miles south of Austin. Copeland was rushed to a hospital where he was pronounced dead at 3:50 p.m. The shooter was shot during a standoff with the police and taken to an Austin hospital for treatment. The shooter was identified Tuesday as Stuart Thomas Metz. Metz was being served by Copeland on a family violence assault warrant after his wife and mother-in-law said he'd attacked them. According to San Marcos Police Chief Chase Stapp, Ken was a hero, Stapp said. Today was his day off. He worked just about every day off to provide for his kids and because he knew we were shorthanded and we needed the help. The shooting was a shock to the San Marcos Police Department as it was the first line-of-duty death in the history of the department. For all the latest in entertainment news, we turn to the Associated Press for the AP Showbiz Minute.
AP Showbiz Minute. Jimmy Kimmel's 7-month-old son has had a successful second round of heart surgery. ABC released a statement saying Kimmel's son had had the surgery Monday, and the late-night host will take time off from Jimmy Kimmel Live to be with his family. Chris Pratt will be the first of several guest hosts filling in for Kimmel. Director Bryan Singer has left the Queen biopic Bohemian Rhapsody in the middle of production. The Hollywood Reporter states that Singer failed to show up to the London set on a number of occasions. Actor Rami Malek, who stars as Freddie Mercury in the film, complained to the studio about Singer's unprofessionalism on behalf of the cast. The Grammys may have dissed Ed Sheeran, but Spotify says he's the most streamed artist of the year. The streaming service announced that Sheeran tops its 2017 list with 6.3 billion streams. He also has Spotify's biggest album of the year with Divide, streamed 3.1 billion times, and the top song with Shape of You, logging 1.4 billion streams. This is Matt Kemp with AP Showbiz Minute.
For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. President Donald Trump moves forward with plans to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital, despite strong Arab, Muslim, and European opposition to such a move that would revert decades of U.S. policy and could spark violent protests. Trump formally endorsed Alabama's Roy Moore for Senate, while Republican leaders in Washington are coming to grips with the possibility of Moore joining them in the Capitol. The president saying, "I think he's going to do very well. We don't want to have a liberal Democrat in Alabama." Democratic Representative John Conyers has resigned from Congress after being besieged by allegations he sexually harassed women who worked for him. The liberal Democrat from Detroit was the longest-serving current member of Congress with nearly 53 years on Capitol Hill. The wildfires raging in Southern California are being fanned by Santa Ana winds. the notoriously gusty and withering blasts linked to some of the worst infernos in the region's history. Forecasters said it would likely be the strongest and longest Santa Ana wind so far this season, with gusts up to 80 miles per hour. I'm Julian Stiles with AP News Minute.
In sports, the Ball family is back in the headlines this week for another controversial reason. LeVar Ball, the father of the family, elected to remove his son LeAngelo from the UCLA basketball team in order to train him himself for the 2018 NBA draft. LeAngelo Ball was one of the 3 freshmen on the Bruins caught shoplifting this year at a Louis Vuitton store in China. LeVar has been adamant that he can train his son better than UCLA can. As of right now, 0 experts believe that LeAngelo will be drafted this upcoming June. Now for the weather. The high for today is 54, with the temperature dropping to 39 later through the night. There's a 10% chance of rain with winds reaching up to 6 miles per hour. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Seth Gonzalez, Destiny Ross, and Joel Stroud. Have a wonderful day, Texans.